Good morning, sir.
Okay, from today onwards, we are going to start that data warehousing concepts. After that, we are going to see the ETL development and BI development. So we'll start with some basic concepts, why we need a data warehouse. And here, as a development perspective, you are not going to design anything for this, because for this, there are special persons like solution design architect or database designer or principal architect. Those people are responsible to design the data warehouse. If you are thinking to develop one organization, and for that, if you want to set up the data part, in that case, they are going to develop that design document or whatever the requirement, because to develop that document, they need to have the knowledge on what basis or for what purpose or for what is that business perspective. Depends upon that only they are going to generate. For example, if you are creating one product for telecom domain, or if you are creating one product for banking domain, or if you are creating one product for insurance domain, based upon that, for those separate domains, there are separate SMEs are there. SMEs are nothing but your subject matter expert who are having the complete knowledge regarding that particular thing. Those people are able to design, or they are going to give the clear understanding. Who is your BA, that is business analyst. For those people, they are going to give the clear understanding, and that at that point of time, the BA will design that document. That is nothing but your database documents. And after that, once they will provide the document for the to developer, after that you are going to design uh, whatever the database is. That is nothing but which table contains what are the different attributes. After that, what attributes you need to take, and what kind of a schemas, what kind of a implementations you have to perform while creating that. Because अगर एक project में आपको लग रहा है टेलीकॉम डोमेन का है एंड प्रोडक्ट इज रिलेटेड टू टेलीकॉम डोमेन, तो उसमें आपको डिजाइन दिया जाएगा, उसी तरीके से आपको टेबल क्रिएट करने हैं. यू हैव टू राइट द स्क्रिप्ट, दैट इज नथिंग बट क्रिएट टेबल एंड ऑल. एंड इन दैट, how many attributes are there, you have to create it. Depends upon their size also, they are going to define. After that design, your role will be started, and that role will be considered as basically database development only. Okay, so just let me share my screen. Okay, so why we need a data warehouse? First of all, we'll understand what is the concept of data warehouse, what is the definition of data warehouse, why the peoples are needing this data warehouse and all. So today we are going to see. First, we'll understand. Admit if you are able to need of data warehouse. You guys are able to admit, right? Okay. Okay. So why we need data warehouse? Whenever you are going to start your organization, at that time your storage is very less. For example, your customer base is like 100 or 500. At that time, it is very easy to maintain the data inside the Excel sheet or Word files or whatever the text files. But when your business is growing continuously, and at that time, you need a storage so that you can make your business decision. Business decisions are nothing but how you are how you want to grow that business. But while analyzing that, while analysis or while doing that analysis of the data, it is not that much suitable when we are storing the data in traditional databases. Traditional databases are nothing but your Excel or MS Access or your WordPad or your text file. But there is some limitations. Till that limit, you can store the data. But after that or beyond that limit, it is not possible to store the data and to access that data. For example, if I stored that 500 of customer data inside the one Excel and I need some customers data who has purchased in this week like only groceries, not that milk products. So if I want to select, I have to every time I have to open that Excel sheet and I have to go there and I have to keep the filters. I have to perform that thing every time. I need to do that on regular basis because here we are not going to frame any kind of a queries or any kind of a program. So it is very difficult to access that data. But I'm talking about only the 500 records. When the records are getting increased and increased, at that time it is very difficult to maintain the data. That's why they feel we need one container in that we can store a huge amount of a data so that our analysis or our accessibility or fetching capability should increase. So that's why they have created a concept called as a data warehouse. Okay, data warehouse is nothing but whatever the RDBMSs we have used till date, like SQL Server or whatever the different, or you have used some MySQL, there is not an issue. But whenever you are going to protect the rights of reading and writing, just only when we are using for the storage purpose and when we are using that same RDBMS for storage purpose and we have removed the access of read and write, and that container is basically used to store only the data, that time we are calling it as a data warehouse. But data warehouse basically developed on two different concepts. We'll let you we'll discuss that afterwards. But first we will understand what is data warehouse and what is the definition of data warehouse. Already it is clear why we need a data warehouse. After that, second thing is what is data warehouse. So data warehouse is nothing but how we can define the data warehouse. Simple. So data warehouse is defined as object oriented, time variant, non-volatile. Please admit if you are able to, and integrated. Admit कर सकते हो आप or you don't have access.
No, sir, we don't.
Okay. So how we can define the data warehouse? Data warehouse is defined as subject oriented, integrated, time variant, and non-volatile. If you are defining or if you are creating a data warehouse, these four properties, or sorry, these four properties should be applicable to that particular container. Then only we are going to say it as a data warehouse. So what do you mean by that? Subject oriented is nothing but, suppose if you want to analyze one particular subject area, that should be accessible from that container and we can read it, but we can modify that data. Once we store inside the container or once we store inside the data warehouse, at that time we can't modify it, we can't alter it. So one subject area, we can particular subject area we can access or we can use for analysis purpose. So what do you mean by that? Analyze particular subject area. Next is integrated. Integrated is nothing but you can integrate multiple sources together and you can store that data inside the container. So from different sources, have to integrate, or it has to support. The time variant is nothing but, so once whatever the data you are going to store, if you are updating inside in that while storing the data into that particular container, but it has to show whatever the previous record. For example, I am storing one student record inside the warehouse. और पहले student का branch था. Whenever he has joined the college, at that time the student branch was mechanical, and after that, after that, after 1 year, he's updating or he's changing his branch. So he's changing to some other branch like chemical. In that case, whenever I'm going to access that record of that particular student one, at that time, it has to show all the details. That is what during the first year, he was in mechanical, and during the second year, he had changed his branch. Means all those updates, whatever the updates or whatever the data we are going to store on top of that, it has to store. That is nothing but time variant is nothing but if we are updating at real time with the real time data, whatever the past data, or we can call it as a historical data, it has to store that historical as well as the current data inside the warehouse. So historical is stored fully in data. So we can retrieve if we are able to store retrieval or data for any period of a time. This is what your time variant. And non-volatile is nothing but simple. Already you are belongs to development. Many of the people are coming from computer background, so you can easily understand. Once you store the data,
Permanent.
once you stored data in warehouse, what we can do? It cannot be altered. It cannot be altered, or second. No? This is the definition of your
हेलो
yes, yes.
सर
Well,
आवाज नहीं आ रहा है।
एक मिनट Okay. So this is what the definition. That is nothing but if the container or if you are trying to prepare any warehouse, in that case, these properties or these four things should be there, then only we are going to call it as a warehouse, or we can call it as a data warehouse. So it should be subject oriented, it should be integrated, it should be time oriented, it should be a non-volatile. That is nothing but we can easily analyze the particular, and always whatever the data warehouse you are going to create, or which is usually used to store the data, which is on top of that, a SQL will be implemented because it is SQL oriented. And from that, once whatever the data you have stored inside that data warehouse, you can easily access by writing a simple queries. For example, just I take one example. अभी एक एग्जांपल लिया था हमने. मेरा कस्टमर बेस है समझो 1 लाख, and out of that need to select only for one zone is Mumbai, and whose age is less than 25. So I can write a simple query for this. That is nothing but select star from where zone equal to Mumbai, and age is less than equals to 25. In this way we can easily access. अगर यही same चीज मुझे access करना होता in the Excel file, then what I need to go, I have to open that Excel again, I have to search, and the performance will be very less, and it is not possible to store that 1 lakh records. I don't know whether after 2013 Excel is allowing to store the 1 lakh records inside in that, but I need to keep that filter. I have to select it, I have to go for that, I have to copy on two columns, I need to put the filter. It is a time consuming task. If you write this simple query, or we can create a simple top of, and this requirement is permanent, means मुझे ये requirement every day I need to get that. तो इसके ऊपर मैं क्या करूंगा, simply I will create one simple view. In this way we can create that view and we can access easily. तो कैसे access रहेगा मेरा, select R from,
customer zone.
we'll use this and it will be easily analyzed. So in this fashion they are going to create. Okay, this is one thing. Now second aspect is whatever the warehouses we have seen just now, whatever the warehouse I have explained, that warehouse always designed based upon the two concept. First one is OLTP and second one is OLAP. OLTP is nothing but online transaction processing, and second one is online analysis analytical you can call it a system or not required. Okay, no problem. So OLTP and OLEP. OLTP is nothing but online transaction processing. We'll take one simple example. We'll take example so that you can understand. Railway reservation. रेलवे रिजर्वेशन सिस्टम में अगर आपका ट्रेन चलने वाला है समझो 1st of April, then there is a span of 3 months, right or wrong? Within 3 months, or that is the stipulated time period they have kept to reserve the tickets for the customer. So train departure date is 1st of and reservation starts from till 31st of okay. So this reservation, this is the duration. So whatever the duration is there, it is called as OLTP. And after April, now just sorry. This is also data warehouse and this is also data warehouse. The difference is nothing but it will store the current data and it will store the historical data. Because whatever the reservation system we have taken the span of 3 months, in that the user can book the tickets, user can register the ticket, or user can alter his whatever the ticket, suppose he has not able to find that lower berth or upper berth and he's trying to get for that. अगर किसी customer ने 1st of January को ticket book किया है and after that his mood is swing and he wants to shift from second class to third tier AC or second tier AC like that. In that case, he can modify his ticket, but within that stipulated time period. The stipulated time period is 1st to 31st. So in that fashion, the OLTP has been designed. Means OLTP is what? Online transaction processing, which stores the daily transactions or current data. You can remember in this way, daily transactions or current data. But daily transactions is nothing but depends upon the business statistics of that particular warehouses. It depends upon how much time period they have kept that daily transaction data or current data into that particular database, data warehouse. Those data warehouses are called as a OLTP, that is online transaction processing, because whatever the online data is there, it has going to store into that particular system, and that data we can alter, we can delete, we can update, and we can modify all the operations we can perform on that particular data. अगर हम वो operation perform कर पा रहे हैं, तो that kind of a warehouse we are calling it as a OLTP. That is nothing but online transaction processing system. System is nothing but, in other words, for our understanding, we are going to call it as a warehouse. Okay. After that, after 31st of March, whenever the data is going to process, जो भी data हमारा रहेगा 1st April के बाद में, you are not going to alter. Once the train will depart, or once the train will start its journey on that particular day, on that period of time, before going to start, before 2 hours or something, that was the time span they have decided, till that period we can cancel. But once the train will start, at that time you are not going to alter, delete, update, but we can make use of that and we can analyze the data. Getting my point, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ये देखो 1st April के बाद जो भी डेटा हमारा डेटा वेयरहाउस में स्टोर होगा, कैन वी अल्टर दैट डेटा? Only
No.
for
Only 2 hours
analysis
before.
purpose we can use that data. तो सेम पर्पस क्या होगा आपका, क्या होगा जब भी आप, अगर बाद में आपको रिकॉर्ड निकालना है, मैंने ट्रैवल कब किया था, मुझे डेट कब का आया था, ये आपके लिए हो गया एनालिसिस. एंड व्हाट एवर द रेलवे रिजर्वेशन सिस्टम, they are going to analysis what kind of amount of a tickets has been booked for the train and how much tickets are empty and on what particular location the people have booked many tickets. अगर उसको दूसरा ट्रेन छोड़ना है वो रूट पे, then they are going to analyze this data. After that only they will take the decision. That decision is nothing but your business decision, because from that they are going to expand their business or whatever the situation. For if example, if the train is getting lost for that duration of a time and many people are not booking the ticket and many seats are vacant, so instead of doing that they are going to take some alternatives. But when they are having the data in their hand and they are going to analyze that. But till this period, 1st of January to 31st of March, that is nothing but the OLTP. So OLTP is nothing but your online transaction processing, and OLTP database or OLTP data warehouse, which usually stores the current transactions or daily transactions, which is called as current data. And OLTP, whatever the data which is usually stored, that is nothing but we are calling it as a historical data. Clear है ये?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
अब इसको बैंक का भी एग्जांपल ले सकते हो, जैसे बैंक में आज अपने क्लोज ऑफ बिजनेस तक, जैसे बैंक का टाइमिंग रहेगा मॉर्निंग 10 to 4 o'clock, and that hours are call it as a COB, close of business. Close of business is 4 p.m. for that bank. Okay, so after that close of business, you are not going to deposit physically. I'm saying nowadays we are having multiple options: deposit, withdraw, because they have decided the daily transactions will be for 1 day. It depends. See, after 1 day it will be entered into the historical data. अगर एक आज का जो भी modify करना था आपको डेटा बैंक में जाके, if you are not done that, then yesterday's data you are not going to change it, because they will give you the alternative options, whether you have to deposit or whether you have to do all those things you have to perform.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
क्लियर है अभी? सो इस तरीके से कैसे है ये देखो, करंट डेटा स्टोर करने के लिए OLTP रहेगा और हिस्टोरिकल डेटा स्टोर करने के लिए OLAP रहेगा. तो करंट डेटा जब तक रहेगा that will be called as a OLTP data warehouse, and after once the processing is completed, that will be went across the OLTP. But we are not going to alter, but here we are having the provision to alter or all those things. एक second. ठीक है, ये क्लियर है अभी?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Next is how we are going to see that warehouse. I will tell you. So simply data warehouse architecture. It is not that much difficult. Data warehouse architecture, जैसे हमारे पास SQL है, we have a SQL, and here you can import the data. Means अगर आप किसी इसके ऊपर जा रहे हो तो task, see you can import here flat file, import data, export data. If you are importing the data, जैसे externally.
Sir, your only paint screen is visible.
Okay. Without, by using the SQL also we can export import that data. Suppose if you are clicking on right click tasks, after that you can export that data, and you can store it in different format. Suppose if I'm importing any kind of a data like import data, I need to set up that wizard, but you have to connect with that data source. For example, if you are exporting Microsoft Excel, to browse that data, next. Okay. I have not established this connection. एक मिनट हाँ.
सर अनम्यूट कर दो, आपका आवाज नहीं आ रहा है. सर अनम्यूट कर दो, आपका आवाज नहीं आ रहा है.
हाँ हाँ. Okay, कुछ कनेक्शन थोड़ा ही करना पड़ेगा. No problem. So you can connect this. Means how before, this is the concept what we are studying is before ETL or ETL tools, how they are importing the data and how they are exporting the data. That concept I want to highlight you guys. Nothing else. तो पहले कैसे था, यहाँ पे जाके these peoples are doing simply just if you want to import the data from outside sources into a particular database, then they are going to import that data from here. That is nothing but import file, flat file, import data, export data, or some if you want to copy the database also. In that fashion, they are importing and exporting. But this is not that much sufficient. That's why they have turned their way to, or they have shifted their gear to new technology that is called as a ETL tools. But before that, we'll understand how the structure will be looks like. Data warehouse तो कैसे था? So simple, it is not that much difficult. जैसे मान लो आपके पास कोई सोर्स है. This is simple source and some of the OLTPs. and this is your container. And this is your end user, or you can call it as a downstream. You can easily understand. Already I have given the example, and this is your data warehouse, where we can call it as OLAP. Here also a data warehouse, but it is a small. But whatever the OLTPs we are having, by combining multiple OLTPs, we can create a OLAP system. We can say like that. And इसको हम बोलते हैं in technological term upstream. And this is downstream. Downstream is nothing but from where the source is coming, that is the upstream, and where the source or whatever the data it is going towards the end user, that is nothing but the downstream. Wherever means the end point of that particular data is nothing but your downstream. So it might be users, or it might be used for reporting perspective. जैसे हम BI में पढ़ेंगे. And here also we can do that. They can import this data into the Excel, export that data into the Excel format, and they can prepare their reports. No issues over there. After that, analysis purpose. So this is nothing but the simple data structure of your data warehouse. इसमें कोई दिक्कत है?
No, sir.
Yes.
No, sir.
After that, we have data marts. So data mart is nothing but a smallest version of data warehouse. Smallest version of data warehouse, that is nothing but if you are collecting one simple subject area. Let's say for example, if you have an organization, in that organization you have a multiple departments like finance है, HR है, आपका accounting है, some employee association है, canteen का department है, library है, all those things are multiple departments. लेकिन all this data you are storing inside the one container. For example, मुझे simple data mart चाहिए, सिर्फ HR department का data I want to store. When you are joining the organization, तो उसमें particular एक department रहेगा, लेकिन सारा data एक जगह पे collective way से store किया रहेगा. लेकिन from that you want to extract some of the data for your one particular subject area, you want to get that. So उससे क्या होगा, your accessibility will be faster. So all the related data will be stored inside one simple storage, and that storage is called as, and it should contain a single subject area. That is nothing but only HR related data will be stored inside that particular data warehouse. So those kind of a data warehouse, we are calling it as a data mart, or we can call it as a single subject area or smallest version of a data warehouse. That is nothing but your data mart. So how we can write data mart nothing but smallest version of data warehouse. Okay, or we call it as data mart basically deals with single. So because of this, what happened? So always this data mart focus will be on single area, so that so we fetch limited source data and example will like organization, or multiple department. Finance, same accounting, or management. So these are the single subject area, and which are nothing but your data mart. Single subject area or smallest version of your data warehouse. So in this way, data mart will be called as data warehouse, but data warehouse cannot be called as what? Data mart. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
तो यहाँ पे जब भी डेटा मार्ट करेंगे उसके टाइप्स रहेंगे यहाँ पे, बट इन रियल टाइम यू नीड नॉट टू वरी अबाउट दैट, बट यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड समटाइम्स इन द इंटरव्यू दे आर गोइंग टू आस्क द क्वेश्चंस, हैव यू अवेयर अबाउट द डेटा मार्ट, हैव यू अवेयर अबाउट डेटा वेयरहाउस, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय डेटा वेयरहाउस, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय डेटा मार्ट, व्हाट डेटा वेयरहाउस will do, what data mart will do. Sometimes they will ask whether it is a development or whether it is a testing or whatever it may be. At that time you should have a knowledge related to this concept, but as a development perspective they are going to provide the design, and here also inside the data warehouse testing you need to create that whatever the table structures or attribute sizes, all these things you need to concentrate and you have to develop. लेकिन ये पूरा जो task रहेगा यहाँ पे testing is very important, but for the development perspective whatever the database design you are going to create, just tables and all, that thing you need to prepare here, nothing else. So the concepts are important as an interview perspective. So remember this one. So types, first type is dependent. Second one is independent. And third one is. So these are the three types what we are having inside the data mart. So first one is dependent. Dependent is nothing but whatever the dependent data mart, it is created from a data warehouse or it is directly mapped to the data warehouse. जो भी data mart हम data warehouse के data से बनाएंगे, I will give you the pictorial representation so that it will be easy to understand. Suppose this is OLTP system, this is data warehouse, and this is a data mart. जब भी हम डेटा वेयरहाउस से डिराइव करके डेटा मार्ट बनाएंगे, दैट इज नथिंग बट अ डिपेंडेंट डेटा मार्ट बिकॉज द डेटा इज originating from your data warehouse. So this is the now independent is nothing but there is no pictorial there is in that picture we don't have any data warehouse because directly the data is flowing from OLTP to data mart. जैसे हमारा सिंपल एक हमारा एक ग्रोसरी स्टोर है या मेडिकल स्टोर है, बट वी डोंट हैव एनी दैट मच बिगर चेन, ओनली वन स्टोर, वन एरिया, दैट्स इट. So in that case, we need not to store that